Hello everyone, this is our fourth lecture for common dairy process. Okay, our today's topic is again it's pasteurization or milk pasteurization. So what is pasteurization? What the purpose of milk pasteurization? First one, that is definition. What is definition of pasteurization? It is a process of heating of milk or other dairy products to a temperature which destroys nearly all of the microorganisms which are present in that product, in that dairy product, without seriously affecting the composition or properties of that dairy product. This is proper definition of pasteurization. So what are purpose of pasteurization? Okay, purpose of pasteurization is related to public health aspect. First one is a public health aspect and second one is a keeping quality aspect. Okay, so what is public health aspect? To make milk safe for human consumption by destruction of same percent pathogens or microorganisms which are present in that milk. Okay, to make it safe for human consumption by destruction of different microorganisms. This is public health aspect, to make the milk and milk product safe for human consumption by destroying all bacteria that may be harmful to health. So these bacteria are also there and pathogens, to destroy that pathogens to make that milk safe for human consumption. And another one aspect is keeping quality aspect. Okay, this is another purpose of pasteurization. So what is keeping quality aspect? To improve the keeping quality of milk by destruction of almost all spoilage organisms, that is 85 to 99%. To improve the keeping quality of milk and milk product by destruction of almost all microorganisms which are present in that milk. So the percentage of that microorganisms are approximately 85 to 99%. So 85 to 99% destruction is done in this method, and this is second aspect, that is keeping quality aspect. Okay, so third one is a need of pasteurization. What is need of pasteurization? As it is difficult to exercise strict supervision over all milk supplies. Okay, so it becomes necessary to pasteurize milk so as to make it safe for human consumption. And any impairment of nutritive value is of the slightest extent. So this is exactly need of pasteurization. So there are some precaution must be taken during that pasteurization process. And what are that precautions? The precautions is, first one, it may be used to mark low quality milk. Some precautions must be taken during pasteurization process. First one, it may be used to mark low quality milk. Second one, second precaution is, it reduces cream line, that pasteurization process cream line. So we have to take precaution during that pasteurization process. Third one, if it is carelessly done, this process is carelessly done, it may give false sense of security. Okay, so we have to take some precautions. And it does not destroy bacterial toxins in milk. That pasteurization process does not destroy toxins by bacteria in that milk. So these four are precautions we have to take during pasteurization process. Then our next point is standardization, or not standardization. Next point is standards of pasteurization. So what are standards of pasteurization? Pasteurization encourages slackening of efforts by sanitary milk production. Okay, this is first point. So this pasteurization may be used to mask low quality milk. Okay, it reduces the cream line or cream value. This process reduces cream line or cream value. Pasteurized milk will not clot with rennet. This pasteurization may be carelessly done. It gives a false sense of security. And this pasteurization fails to destroy bacterial toxins in milk. All these are precautions we have to take during this pasteurization methods. In India, pasteurization is not necessary as milk is invariably boiled on receipt by the consumer. Okay, So there are some standards. First one is a bacterial destruction, second one is a creamline reduction, and third one is a phosphate inactivation. So what is bacterial destruction? In short, 10% destruction of pathogens is considered as an important standard. This is bacterial destruction standard. Okay. So tuberculosis causing bacteria are the most heat resistance bacteria. Some bacteria which causes tuberculosis are the most heat resistance. So are taken as the index organisms for pasteurizations. This bacteria is taken as a index organisms. Which one? That tuberculosis or TB bacteria. Tuberculosis bacteria. Any temperature time combination which kills TB or TB germs also destroys all other pathogens in milk. In that temperature or in that time combination which kills TB bacteria or TB germs also destroys all other pathogens in milk because the temperature is sufficiently high to kill TB bacteria. Okay. So this is first standard. That standard is bacterial destruction. Okay. Then next one is a creamline reduction. Next standard is creamline reduction. The creamline or cream volume is reduced progressively with increase in the temperature or time of heating. Okay. So that cream reduces progressively with increasing temperature and increasing time or increasing heating time. So the consumer judges the quality of milk on the basis of creamline. That's why this creamline reduction is another standards of pasteurizations. Okay. Then third one is a phosphate inactivation. This is important standard. What is phosphate inactivation? The complete destruction of phosphate is done by pasteurization method. There is phosphate and the destruction or complete destruction of phosphate is done by this pasteurization method, and the phosphate test is used to detect inadequate pasteurization. So this phosphate test is used, and this test is indicator test which is used to detect inadequate pasteurization. Okay. So this is last one but important standard of pasteurization, that is phosphate inactivation. Thus the standards of pasteurizations were such as to ensure, first one, the standards of pasteurization were ensure complete destruction of pathogens. It is approximately 99% destruction of pathogens. Then next one is a negative phosphate test. The complete destruction of phosphate is done by this pasteurization method, means negative phosphate test. And last one is a least damage to the creamline, means to prevent the creamline or cream percentage during pasteurization process. So this is least damage to the creamline. Okay. So next is a pasteurization requirement. What is requirement of that pasteurization? A tuberculosis bacteria or TB germs are destroyed by a heat treatment and slightly lower than that for a phosphate inactivation. Means first one is a phosphate inactivation, and next by heating in little extent, the TB germs are destroyed. Okay. So this pasteurization is carried out at heat treatment or heat temperature above that for phosphate inactivation and yet below that for creamline reduction. So we have to take precaution during this heating treatment to prevent the creamline. So there is a temperature and particulars. In this chart we can see the particulars and temperatures and the process which is and the time which is used for the process. So first one, to kill TB germs, temperature requirement is 138 degree Fahrenheit to 58.9 degrees Celsius. Okay, sorry, it's 138 Fahrenheit or 58.9 degrees centigrade. This temperature is required for 30 minutes to kill TB germs, and in 15 seconds 158 degrees Fahrenheit temperature is required to kill TB germs in only 70 seconds, in only 15 seconds, or 70-degree temperature is required to kill TB germs for only 15 seconds. Okay. So, this is chart which indicates particulars about pasteurization process to kill TB germs, to inactivate phosphate, to pasteurization requirement and creamline reduction. In next point, to inactivate phosphate, the temperature requirement is 142 degree Fahrenheit or 61 degree centigrade for only 30 minutes, and 160 degree Fahrenheit and Fahrenheit temperature is required only for 15 seconds to inactivate phosphate. For pasteurization requirement, for pasteurization process, only 143 degree Fahrenheit temperature is requirement for 30 minutes and 161 degree Fahrenheit temperature required for 15 seconds. So, this process is a pasteurization process, or the temperature which is required for pasteurization. And last one is a creamline reduction. Okay. So, 144 degrees Fahrenheit temperature is required for 30 minutes or 62.2 degree centigrade temperature required for 30 minutes, and 162 degree Fahrenheit temperature requires for only 15 seconds for creamline reduction, to reduce creamline. So, these are particulars, time which is taken for pasteurization process or for those particulars, and there are seconds or low time with high temperature pasteurization has done. Okay. So, these are pasteurization requirements, or the temperature which is required or time which is required to kill the TB bacteria, to inactivate phosphate, or to prevent the creamline reduction. Okay. So, our next point is pasteurization processes and equipments. There are different processes which are used for pasteurization, and we used various equipments for this pasteurization process. The equipments for pasteurization, the needs of specification for adequate heat treatment of milk have been developed simultaneously to ensure proper pasteurization with minimum amount of equipment and control and the least risk. So, holding methods or batch processes were developed for pasteurization. As operations grew, it becomes evident that higher temperature would reduces the necessary holding time for pasteurization. So, this will result in a continuous operation, and with more compact equipments, less plant space would be necessary. The main consideration in heat treatment of milk pasteurization is to obtain quick heating of milk without giving cooked flavor to that milk. So, to achieve this objective, various equipments and processes of pasteurization has been developed. There are various equipments and various processes which has been developed for this pasteurization process. So, what is pasteurizing process? First one is a holding or batch process, and second one is a continuous process. Holding or batch process is LTLT process. LTLT means it is low temperature long time process, and second one is a continuous process. That process is HTST process. HTST stands for high temperature short time process. Okay. So, there are two different processes are, first one is a holding or batch process, and next one is a continuous process. So, what is batch holding process? That is holding or batch process, or LTLT, low temperature long time process, or batch process, or holding pasteurization. So, what is that? In this process, the milk is heated to 63 degree centigrade for 30 minutes or for half hour, and promptly cooled to 5 degree centigrade or below that temperature. Hence, the heating is done indirectly. So, heat moves through a metal wall into the product for heating and out of the product for cooling. So, in this process, this is also called low temperature long time LTLT method, means low temperature is used for this process. So the milk is heated to 63 degrees centigrade or 145 degree Fahrenheit for only half hour and promptly cooled to 5 degree or below 5 degree. So in this system, heating is done indirectly and the heat moves through a metal wall into the product for heating and out of the product for cooling. So the pasteurizer may be 3 types. First one is a water jacketed vat. Second one is a water spray type, and third one is a water spray type pasteurization. There are 2 types of pasteurization: water spray type, another water spray type of pasteurization, and water jacketed vat. So first for batch process, the temperature is 63 degree, that is 145 degree Fahrenheit, only for half hour or 30 minutes. So this is holding or bath process. Okay. So next process is high temperature short time, that is HTST, or high temperature short time pasteurization, or that process is continuous process or HTST process. Sometimes that process called continuous process, that is high temperature short time process. It is modern method for pasteurizing milk. It is used where large volume of milk are handled. So in this process, a continuous flow of milk is heated to 72 degrees centigrade for only 15 seconds and promptly cooled to 5 degrees centigrade or below that. So what is this process? In this process, milk is heated continuously, or the continuous flow of milk is heated to high temperature. That temperature is a 72 degrees centigrade, and time requirement is only for 15 seconds. So very short time is used for this process. This process is high temperature short time period. Okay. And this, after that, after heating 72 degrees centigrade for 15 seconds, that milk promptly cooled below 5 degrees centigrade or up to 5 degrees centigrade. So this process is a continuous pasteurization process or high temperature short time period pasteurization process. Okay. So there is a chart. The chart shows continuous flows HTST and HHST pasteurization. So in this chart, temperature range is 72 degrees centigrade for 15 seconds. 89 degree temperature is temperature we use. Then time for pasteurization is only 1 second. If temperature rises up to 90 degrees centigrade or 195 and 194 degree Fahrenheit, then time requirement is only 0.5 second. If temperature is 94 degrees centigrade or 201 degree Fahrenheit, then time requirement only 0.1 second. It is just a fraction of second. If temperature is 96 degree, that is high temperature used for this process, then time requirement is only 0.05 seconds. That time is very negligible. A very short time or a fraction of seconds is used. And if temperature is 100 degree, means if milk is heated up to 100 degree centigrade for 0.01 second, so that is HTST process. Means what is HTST? That is high temperature short time period. That time period is very short, that is 0.01 second, and temperature is 100 degree or 100 degree and or 212 degree Fahrenheit. So this is another one process. That process is continuous or HTST or high temperature short time process or pasteurization process. Okay. So these are 2 pasteurization process. There are another process which are used for pasteurization methods, or other methods for pasteurizations of milks are also there. So we will discuss all that methods in our next lecture. Thank you.